Are you a toaster? Yeah, are you a toaster? We talked already about soft skills in sales and how soft skills can increase your salary annually between $29,000 to $32,000. One of the soft skills that we talk about it is creativity. Well, what if I tell you that we have a way to help you to be creative, to make your customers remember you, and remember this too. We're increase dopamine. Dopamine equal my brain is gonna be up and remember you forever. Are you a toaster is one of the keynote speaking that I give the most. Why? Because we're talking about imagination and creativity applied to sales. Do you know that McKinsey says that by 2030, creativity is going to be one of the skills more needed with curiosity and imagination? Why? No AI can supply that. Creativity is the most on-demand soft skills in short supply, and we talked about soft skills last week, and we talked about creativity and being flexible. It's simply solving problems in an original way. Look for another way to reach your customer, looking for another way to introduce to your customer, another way to send a message, another way to do a demo. Do you know the where is equal to dopamine? And I keep saying it. We're equal dopamine, dopamine equal your brain is gonna remember you. And by the way, from all of you guys and girls and whatever is watching out there, that you're so afraid that AI is gonna take your job. Well, if you are creative, if you're curious and you have imagination, it's no way that is going to happen. And for the ones who think that 2030 is too far away, remember the last time that we says, oh, it's too far away, 2000, when all the computers is going to crash? We're in 2020 already. So what you can tell me about the toaster's image you see here? Do you know one of the toaster costs $500 and the other one costs $15 online? What is the difference? My toaster, for example, is mid-century because I like that style. It makes Darth Vader faces when I make a toast. But you know how much time that toaster spends in my counter? Well, most of the time. From 20 hours a day, I would say I use my toaster 5 minutes a day if I use it, because I'm allergic to bread. So it's difficult for me to make toast or find bread who is gluten-free. So what I'm saying is I pay an extra amount of money for something that is creative and I can see and is match the decor of my kitchen. Well, people is the same way. So you need to be creative how to approach your customer. One of the simple ways is to activate your customer oxytocin, and that you do it, make them laugh. One of the things that I've been doing a lot with sales team is to have coffee with science. In the morning, all the managers send even donuts or whatever you like to have for breakfast plus coffee. And we have an hour once a week, a meeting on creative curiosity and things outside the box. That is one of the soft skills that we talk. We have been doing things on the same way for so long, and things are changing so fast that you need to incorporate creativity to your team. Push them to think outside the box. Believe it or not, one of the ways that we find out people start gonna remember you more is the way you present yourself. Even though we are not networking on the same way that we used to do it, still are ways that you can impress and get the curiosity and creativity with your customers. How? Simple way like sending an envelope with your business card. Or what about sending an email with your business card scanned, saying, thank you very much for taking my call, thank you very much for replying my email, or just sending a video on LinkedIn with your business card and says, hey, if you want to find me, this is my information. Now, how the business card and how that email or that approach is different is what to do with creativity. We tend to have meetings with sales teams in the morning, and one of the things that managers does is bring everybody whatever they want to have as a breakfast, so between 8 and 9 a.m., we have creativity thinking because they feel they're taken care and they can put new ways and different ways to approach to customers. This is a compilation of the most funny business card that I ever saw. Even though, again, you can send it as scanning in an email, you can send a picture in a text, or you can send it in LinkedIn. Still, business card and be creative can get you to your customer. This is a person who teach yoga. I think is hilarious. But the best one I ever saw in my life is this divorce lawyer. Their business card can divide in two, so you save money when you want to do a divorce. Why? Because he can represent both parts and save you money. I will say this is one of the most ingenious ways that I see a lawyer doing marketing, and by the way, selling himself. Because when this person receive a car, is gonna remember that lawyer thinking outside the box. This one is a person who does video for corporation, and it does photography, and this magnifier allowing you to read small menus or read indications on the meds. How many times you receive the meds like, oh my god, how am I going to read this? Well, this is a magnifier, so you're going to keep it in your wallet, you're going to keep it in your desk, and every time that you need to read the small letter, you're going to keep the card. When you know what you're going to do with the card, remember who sent them to you. That is big, crazy creative. Now, this is a person who's reminding you, without working with him or she, you're not going to grow your business. So you have two ways to go, up or down. This is genius. So if you're in selling, you're in growing. If you're in investing, it's about growing. Well, this business card reminded you that. So your logo, the way you send your email, the way you present yourself, the way you put visual aids on your presentation, it's important. So if for some reason you cannot do this on business cards because the company have certain parameters of certain image you cannot change, you can add this simple thing like this one. This person does makeup. So instead to send you a simple business card, they choose to use a napkin with a lipstick kiss on it, reminding you how important it is to kiss somebody else. Come on guys, this is really funny. This one is one of the one I do have. I'm guilty. I have a motorcycle, a car, and a bike, and I never know when I'm gonna need help. So I keep this in my wallet and in my handbag. And actually, I asked the person to send me a couple more so I can keep it in my bag and my motorcycle and my car. So you see, it's so simple. It's more expensive. I receive it on the mail. He asked me if I want to get his business card, who by the way is gonna suit me for things everyday life, and I say yes. So remember, creativity is the only thing that artificial intelligence is not gonna take away for you. So what is dividing you between you and the competitor? Be creative, think outside the box. To talk to your team. If you're a manager, do creative meetings when the people feel free to go crazy, because at least in our company, that's when the best ideas happen. By the way, we do meetings on Thursday at 9 p.m. happy hour, but you know what? We're doing good. My name is Susan Ivitz. I'm a human behavior hacker. Some people hack computers, I hack humans, and this was Sales Intelligence.